Hey coin collectors, and welcome to DC Coin World International Coin Channel. And today we're going to look at the 1981 1-cent coins from the United States of America, the Lincoln pennies. And on the left we see that we have one from Denver right there, the D mint mark. In Denver Mint in 1981 they made 5.373 billion. They made a bunch. At the Philadelphia Mint, which is over here, they made 7.491 billion. Between the two, they made almost 13 billion pennies. Well, if they make 13 billion of anything, is it going to have any value? Well, it turns out that it might. We also need to put a little addendum on and say that they not only made them at the Denver and Philadelphia Mint, but they made them at the San Francisco Mint. And there is one of them right there. The San Francisco Mint, that's a 1981 S. And when we look down at the S, and we'll come back to this later, that's where the money maker is going to be, right there. And we'll have to figure out whether this one is one that's worth the money or not worth the money. And we'll get right back to it in a second. But first, let's talk about this coin in general. So this is 1981 Denver. Says, "In God We Trust" at the top, right above Lincoln's head. Says Liberty behind him. 1981 under his chin, just a little bit below his bow tie. And then there's a D there for Denver. If we tip it up here, we see that there is some scratchings underneath Lincoln right in here. And if we were had a better coin, we would see that there was a V, a D, and a B here. In fact, let's look at that on the Philadelphia version and see if we have it there. All right, again, there we go. See right above the top of the pen, you can't see it that greatly, but you can certainly, if you know it's a V, a D, and a B, you can kind of see it right there, the indentation in the bottom, where the bottom facing there. And that's for Victor David Brenner, who was the engraver of these coins. These coins are the same on the back and the front, except for the mint marks. Smooth edged coin. We turn it over and we see that it is what they call the modern Lincoln cent, or what they used to call the modern Lincoln cent until we got more modern ones. It's the Lincoln Memorial cent. United States of America at the top, e pluribus unum here. And again, these, we talk about this a lot, but these are three dots here. They're not stars. There's a dot between E and pluribus. There's a dot before unum and after unum. And there's Abe sitting on his chair, just this massive Abe and massive chair inside the Lincoln Monument or Lincoln Memorial Monument. And then over here to the side, we see there's an F and a G, and that's for Frank Gasparo, who was the engraver of the Lincoln Memorial 1-cent coin, as you can see right here. So what's the difference between these coins and the S coin? Well, these coins are general circulation coins. So if you get one of these coins in really, really good shape, usually they're worth more than the proof coins, the kind that come in packaging from the mint. But in this case, unless you get a really, really good one of these, and here's the deal, PCGS say that they actually have a proof 70. Well, the best it can be is 70 on the rating scale, and PCGS has rated one as a 70, and it went for about $8,000 in 2003 through a heritage auction. These are 95% copper, 5% zinc, 19 millimeters in diameter. So what's the difference between these regular coins and the S coins? Well, the first difference is that these are generally circulating coins from the mints in Philadelphia and Denver. The San Francisco Mint coins in 1981 only came in this hard plastic version. In fact, in 1981, something else happened, and that is they did not have any after 1981. That was the last year that they had uncirculated mint sets for 2 years. So in 82 and 83, no uncirculated sets. But in 81 they did, and there was the P and the D and the S set. So you can get this uncirculated, or you can get it proof with the S. like this. And when you look at the proof S's, what you're looking to see is whether it's a clear like S or whether it's a kind of rounded S. And if we look at this one, unfortunately, I think this is a pretty clear version of the S. Let's see. Yeah, let's get the light on a little bit better. Yeah, we tip it up. It's not so rounded. What would a rounded version look like? Well, let's look and see if there's any on these. No, not on there. So sometimes you might get a clear S and a rounded version of the S in the same package. Oops, there's the FG. Yeah, that's about as clear an S as you can get, I think. So this is not going to be the rounded S. This is going to probably be worth about $5. The other version might be worth anywhere from $25 to $45. And if you can get it in, they've actually gotten a proof 70. Heritage Auction has rated one as a proof 70, which has the S on it. And that sold for about $8,000 in 2003, so it probably worth a lot of money. Heritage Auction thinks maybe it's worth $3,500, $3,500. All right, well, so if you were looking for these, your best bet is to get one of these proof sets and try to find the S's. But all of these coins in the proof set are really good. So if you can get any of them, any proof set like this, I would get it. We got this because we bought a bunch of different proof sets together, but we were so happy to get this one included in it because these S's go throughout the coins. And the Susan B has kind of the muddier rounded S too. And so when we look for these, even though it isn't the special one, this one gets upped in value just because so many people want them to see if it's a special one. All right. Well, that's all we have today from DC Coinwell International Coin Channel. We'd love to have you subscribe to our channel and leave any comments you might have in the comments section.